is blasphemed or honored, dishonored, one should be very angry. Narottam Das Thakur said, Krodha Bhakta Dvesi Jane. We have, and that anger can be, we have anger, and that anger can be a great quality when directed against a person who is envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his devotees. One should not be tolerant when a person is offensive towards Vishnu or Vaishnava. The anger of Sati towards her father was not objectionable. Although he was her father, he was trying to insult the greatest Vaishnava. Thus Sati's anger against her father was quite laudable. The followers of Lord Shiva, the ghosts, were ready to injure or kill Daksha, but Sati stopped them by her order. She was very angry and sorrowful. So Daksha Maharaj, when Mother Sati arrived in the arena of Daksha Maharaj, this fire sacrifice, and Lord Shiva's followers, all the servants of Lord Shiva, they're like hobgoblins, hobgoblins. So they brings Mother Sati to the place where there was sacrifice, fire sacrifice. So as soon as he arrived there, Daksha Maharaj, he pretended that he didn't notice that her daughter arrived there. He didn't give any importance to her daughter, and nobody even came. But his wife and his other daughters, they came and welcomed. But then gradually he began to insult her, insult Lord Shiva so much. He began to criticize Lord Shiva, and then Sati became very angry. Says she wanted to stop her. She was very angry and sorrowful, and in the mood she began to condemn the process of sacrifice. So she said, what's the point? You're making a huge fire sacrifice, so many demigods, so many Gandharvas, Yakshasas, Vidyadharas, they're all here. What's the point? Great personalities, they're here, and you're doing fire sacrifice, but you are insulting Lord Shiva, who is a Param Vaishnava husband. Because Sati knows the position of Lord Shiva. Everyone knows. So, what anyone remembers that slok in Bhagavatam 12th canto? Nimna ganam yatha ganga, deva nam achyuto yatha, purana nam idam tatha. The Ganga is the greatest, the Bhagavatam is the greatest in all the Puranas, and the deity, Krishna, is the greatest. And Vaishnava Nam Yatha Sambhu. Lord Shiva is the greatest Vaishnava. So now here is the situation where everyone is shocked. Actually, the people who are sitting there, they know the position of Lord Shiva. So they are quite shocked that how from the beginning, like Sisupala, he was always brought up with Krishna, very young, from young child. So from very young age, Sisupal was very critical against Krishna. He always was like criticizing. He was very, always harming Krishna by his words, and he always wanted to fight with Krishna. He was like determined enemy. And who is that Sisupala and Dandavakra? Jaya and Vijay. So this is a Leela. But Sisupal from very young age, very critical, inimical toward Lord Krishna. So same as Daksha never liked Lord Shiva. So what is the reason Daksha never liked Lord Shiva? Even though this is his son-in-law. Why? What is the reason he didn't like Daksha, Lord Shiva? Oh, his appearance. No, but there is one more reason. The real reason is that Daksha knew that Lord Shiva is very exalted. He already knows very exalted. So whenever Lord Shiva goes, thousands of people, they pay Dandvat Pranam, obeisances to him, but nobody much bother to Daksha. So when a great personality, pure devotee comes here, we Guru Maharaj comes here, everyone run and pay obeisances. And then some of the brahmacharis saying, oh, why Guru Maharaj? Why not me? Why everyone running there? I'm very important. I'm here. I'm doing a lot of kirtan, a lot of program. Wow, wow, so many glorifications. Jai, Vicharu Prabhu ki jai. But nobody coming, and everything. Guru Maharaj, when he came, he took all my people. What is this? And everyone running now, and I go like a pickle. The pickle. When you put the pickle in the sun, outside sun, and the same pickle in the beginning looks so healthy, right? When you put outside, it becomes dry. So the people who's envious, they're like this, always unhappy. So because of so much envy. So because Lord Shiva was glorified, he's a Vaishnava, but Daksha knows that he's also a manifestation of Lord Vishnu. He knows that. He just because out of envy he cannot see. What is that? Naham prakas sarvasya yog maya samavita. Krishna will cover us if we are not favorable to Krishna. So he was envious, so Krishna covered. So that's the reason, because he was getting a lot of respect. And when Lord Shiva arrived there in front of Daksha, everyone was sitting there. Lord Shiva didn't pay obeisance to Daksha. Lord Shiva is just always in trance. So he just respected. He's my father-in-law, that's good. But he became more envious, more furious. So in this way, Daksha was not against his daughter. He loves his daughter, but he was envious of Lord Shiva. So if you are envious of Lord Shiva, you are envious of his wife. And then all the anger which he was supposed to release, like Kalyanag, all the anger has to be gone. It was supposed to for Krishna, because Krishna entered the lake, but the anger was gone through the fume of the poison to harm all the animals, the cows and the boys. And that Kalia is in my country, in Fiji. He is there. Prabhupada said Kalia went back, because when Garuda told me, he came from there, but he went back. When Garuda chastised him, he says, go away from here. Then he went to hide himself in Yamuna river in Vrindavan. And from there, when Krishna banished him, he said, you go back to your country. That's called Ramanik Dvip. In a Bhagavatam in Fiji, Aran says Ramanik Dvip. So Kalia is there. So same as Daksha, because of her daughter, he was not envious of his daughter, but this is his daughter. But because he's connected to Lord Shiva, she's connected to Lord Shiva, envious person. It's like anything, if somebody we don't like, right? For example, it happened in a temple I saw. If another devotee comes, he's always very, very respectful and everyone respect him. And the people who associate with him, I don't like them also. Because you are going all giving respect to them, but not me in a group. So it's like this. So here it says that 10. Yes. And who is very proud and necessary to us. She especially condemned my father speaking against his presence. So now purport is so nice. This is what purport says. We know the story about Krishna and Balaram. Krishna and Balaram, they were heading a cows. They were grazing the cows in the forest. And then, practically every day they go. But at one point in the forest area, there is so many Brahmins that live there. So many nice Brahmins, Yagnik Brahmins. They always do fire sacrifice to please the demigods. So one time, Krishna and Balaram, they were so hungry, and all the children were so hungry. They need some food in the jungle. And there was no much food, and they have a cow, they have berries, they have amalaki, they have different fruits, but doesn't fill the belly, the stomach. So they wanted to eat some food. They were so hungry, lunchtime. So there was Brahmanis, they're doing the puja. And all this mantra, reciting, Swaha. And the boys, they heard, they went there. And actually Krishna told them, nearby, there is some Brahmins that do yagya. You go and ask them for kachori, samosa, sabji, whatever they're offering in the obeisances. As soon as they offer, some maha you bring. And then when they arrive there, all the Brahmanis say, who are these guys? They will, even that he never noticed. It is said in the Krishna book, even that he gave any notice, like never any attention to the boys. Who are these young children? But they sense it. And then when the boys start asking them that please give Krishna and Balaram in the forest, they're waiting for some prasadam, give a little bit something. We are hungry. And our stomach is caved in. We are hungry, and the heat is going up, like myself also. So he says, please give. And then Brahmanis are continue. That they began to recite their mantra more louder, like Ya Swaha, that's so that they pretend that they don't hear you. So because this is for Lord, this is for Indra, this is for Surya Dev or whoever. This is for the demigods. What these children coming and interrupting our yajna? And then they went back and they complained Krishna, and Krishna says, "Don't worry. These Brahmins are the rascals. They're only attached to worship a demigod. They have no bhakti. Don't worry. They will not give you. Now you go to their wives. Go the other side direction. Go to their home and tell those ladies, their wives, to bring something. And as soon as the ladies heard that Krishna Balaram in the jungle, they bring all the tiffin, the tiffin full of prasadam, kachori, samosa, dal, laddu, everything. When the ladies come, they came to Krishna and they decorated themselves and running after so many lifetimes, they're wondering to have a darshan of Krishna. And now their desire has been fulfilled. So when they came and Krishna says, "Okay, thank you very much. What is inside?" And they say, "Samosa, kachori, these rasgulla." And they gave it to Krishna. And Krishna says, "Okay, Balaram, let's have a prasad." This is prasad. So, and then the lady says, "Krishna, thank you very much for accepting the bhoga. But now we want to stay with you here in the jungle." Krishna said, "You are the wife of somebody else. It's not good. What the public will say. Don't worry. Go back and just say when husbands come back to home, just say whole life to them. Just serve them. And then when the time of death, you'll come back to me." But one of the ladies, she remained behind. She didn't come. She just remembered Krishna. In her remembrance, she died. She fell and died. There's remembrance of Krishna. She left the body. So these ladies cried, and that's the place where the ladies giving so many prayers to Krishna. It's written in the Bhagavatam. Awesome book. So in same way, that Brahmanas actually they were in before Krishna, but these Daksha have a same mood that this is for the demigods, to please the demigods. I'll be very rich and very powerful, more and more powerful. I can help other people like this. But what's the point? That a great Vaishnava, pure devotee of Lord Krishna, he went there and he offended him. So as soon as what you happen, you start so many Brahmanis, so much mantra, swaha, 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 and all of a sudden you throw the stool and urine. The stool and urine, you throw them and you throw so many dead bodies. So what's the point? So Daksha's yajna was like this. So Ram, when he was 16 years old, and Ram and Lakshman. So Lakshmana will never stay away from Ram, right? He said, one time Dasarath Maharaj was in his chamber, in his palace. And then when Ram became 16, Dasarath Maharaj thinking that I'm going to put him to become a king. Heir, they call heir. So this was his desire, because from long time, Dasarath Maharaj have no children. So, the demigods told and the Vishnu told that you do some yajna. He did the fire sacrifice. And then there is a sweet rice came, just like we ate yesterday. Very nice. That's the problem I had. I ate it, whole night suffered, and next day I could not talk to Maharaj. That's sweet rice too much. And in the remembrance of Lord Ram was coming from sweet rice. I was thinking, Lord Ramchandra, Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughan, coming from sweet rice. They appeared from sweet rice. So let's eat this sweet rice. So I was eating with bara, small bara. But next day I suffered because I'm not supposed to take it. So then from the fire sacrifice, this sweet rice came, and then Dasarath Maharaj gave it to Kekeyi, Sumitra, and Kaushalya. And then, from Kaushalya, Ram came, and then Kaushalya, Sumitra, Kekeyi, Bharat came, and Sumitra, who came, Lakshman, Shatrughan, and Lakshman. So in this way, Vishwamitra is a very powerful king. Rishi Muni. So he came and he said that we're trying to do fire sacrifice to please the demigods, to please the Vishnu, and these demons, the Dano, the ghosts, they're coming in the sky, sent by Ravana. They're coming and passing stool, passing urine, and they're throwing a dead body, the bones of dead body. As soon as our sacrifice is very nice, Vishnu is about to eat, and all these dirty things goes. So this is what is Daksha's story. Daksha, just by offending Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, he's throwing the bones, the stool, the dead body. You know, Kabaristan, you know, the crematorium. It's just like this. So nobody is satisfied. No, the sages, demigods, nothing. No, the daughters, no, the wife. It's a big mess. This is called. And he says here, if one, Daksha was following sacrifice. This is Srimad. One may prosecute Vedic injunctions of offering sacrifice for fruitive activities, but if such activities does not develop attraction for Krishna, yagnathat karmo neatra loko yam karma bandhan tad artham karma kontya mukta sangha samachara. That any offering which is not favorable for Krishna to satisfy Vishnu is a hopeless, useless. So even our bhakti, if it is not ultimately to get Krishna or Vishnu, it's just like, 30, 40 years in doing bhakti. No, I'm doing 30 years. It's just like usually I'm like a Daksha. 30 years, I have no attraction for Krishna. I'm just here, in ISKCON just because I get prasadam and the place to live. And wherever I go, and people say, oh, this is in saffron, and so give him some space to sleep or some prasadam. But where is the bhakti? So much chanting I have done around the world, Hare Krishna. But I cannot chant my japa properly. What's the point? So I have those Daksha's quality: envy, lust, greed. So it's not easy to take it out. So maybe a few lifetime can become devotee. So one who has developed love for Vishnu must develop love for devotees. So Prabhupada, what did he say? If you love me, you love. If you love me, if you have love for me, you love my dog. Yes. Prabhupada said, if you love me, then you love my dog. Krishna, if you love Krishna, then love the devotees. That is what Guru Maharaj's preaching is. That always love the devotees. I saw Guru Maharaj very, really Guru, who always emphasize devotee seva. Devotee congregation. Radhanath Maharaj also does. And many devotees said that, oh, Prabhu, you are sick? You are in Maya. You remember the story in Prabhupada, India? He said, oh, you are sick. Some brahmachari was sick. And all the brahmacharis neglected him in the ashram. He said, oh, you are in Maya, Prabhu, you are sick. And Prabhupada came and chastised. He says, devotees are not ordinary. There's a great story. Many places also, I also experienced. Sometimes you are sick. Like one time, this is my Guru Maharaj, so he knows. He has to chastise me. Because my Guru Maharaj, he was doing PhD, he has to write book for Prabhupada. So I became sick, very, very sick. And there is 4, 5 sannyasis. So when you are sick, you should stay away from Guru Maharaj because you put his sickness to him. So that was his way. So when I closed, he threw me, he sent me, throw me out of the house. He said, get lost from here for 2, 3 days. Then you can come like in front of everyone. I have book I'm writing on a memory. So when Vishnu or Vaishnava is blaspheme, one should be very angry. Bhakta Kurodes. Yes, he says, if like Prabhu, any one of us, if somebody attack us, we should be very adamant to protect him. Why are you holding, like protecting? So, lust, Kam Krishna Karma Pane. If we have a lust, we always serving Krishna, so our lust goes away. Kam Krishna Karma Pane, Krodha Bhakta Dosi Jane. Here's the answer. Krodh, if you are very krodhi, use your anger to protect devotees. This is what here Narottam Das Thakur sings. Tandera Charana Vive Saras. What is this song? Tandera Charana Bhakta Sanivas Janme Janme Koe Hi Agilas. That always the association of devotees. One should not be tolerant when the person is offensive towards Vishnu Vaishnava. The anger towards Sati for her father was not objectionable, for although he was her father, he was trying to insult the greatest Vaishnava. Hare Krishna. So he took shelter, he took his envy, he, exposed his envy completely on Sati, Parvati, and then through Parvati, complete anger was for complete Lord Shiva. Nothing to do with the daughter. And daughter, his affection is there. But because he was connected with Lord Shiva, I'm gonna kill this man. Happens, in the material world, when you marry one daughter, and if the samdi, the father, another, just like father married a daughter, if the another is, my daughter's husband's father is, I'm not happy with him, then I'm envious of whole family. Why did you go there? Don't go to there. I don't like this people. Happen, eh? Or if somebody is richer than you, something like this. Happens in India, like this. And I heard that when they get married in India, the boy gets married. So the father knows that I will get the hedge, the hedge, the dowry. So they're out of envious, they squeeze all the money from the boy's side, But I don't know why they started this dowry system in India. This is like very crazy. It's not good because they take all the money and they are so poor. You take a daughter and then again you take her money. What's the point? This Vasudeva and Devaki time also there was a dowry, but that time there was richness. So we stop here, and maybe you want some point. Looks like I was so much shouting, but you say you have to speak in here. Is that okay? Okay. Any point on this? The purport is quite long. We can take long time to, but it's the same point. Is the same. That Daksa's enviness came out, and also Daksa is a king. He's a Prajapati. He's very great personality. He's one of the patriarchs. Bhrigu Muni, Daksa, they are all brothers. And how say Atri, and all these great Prajapatis when Brahma created, they're all brothers. Kumaras and Aswinis, all these, they're all Brahma's children. So their whole family. But when there is few brothers, one of them become very, very rascal. Like very, very naughty person, doing so many nonsense. Any point? Yeah. Question? Narottam Das Thakur say, I was reading, Kam Krishna Karmapane, Krodh Bhakta Doshi Jane, Log Sadhu Sang Hari Katha, Ishta Labha Bine, envy, Matsarya, envy, and let me, Kam Krishna Karmapane, Krodh Bhakta Doshi Jane, Log Sadhu Sang Hari Katha. Log, if you have log, greedy, you do Sadhu Sangha, Hari Katha. Ishta Labha Bine, Matsarya Yatha Tatha. Means if you have envy, then Matchita Madgata Prana, Bodhyanta Parasparam, Katyantas Chamam, Tusyanti Cha Ramanchita. Constantly, 10th chapter Bhagavad Gita, constantly Krishna Katha, Japa, just say this 24/7 conscious. How can I save Krishna? Means like so much that you have no time for eating, sleeping, like this should go. So when a devotee is getting free from eating and sleeping habit, that's an animal habit. So Prabhupada said that actually it is said in Nectar of Devotion, Nishtha is very powerful stage, Nishtha. On the Nishtha stage, you are not worried that I'm hungry or there is prasadam, there is a lunch time or there is a breakfast time. You are so absorbed, I have to do next service. But we cannot imitate. I did it. I was imitating one time. So much imitation. I was sleeping only 2 hours. I was doing Sankirtan. In the morning I wake up, I go and clean the toilet. 16 toilet I was cleaning. 8 ladies toilet and 8 men's toilet in London, Bhaktivedanta Mena. Cleaning, washing, very fired up. Jai, Lord Shiv Ki Jai. And then after cleaning toilet, I go home and take bath and come and wake the deities in the temple. And then wake the deities, do arati, dress them, they give them sandesh, arati, dress them. And after that, I come and do Guru Puja, sing Guru Puja, and then give class. And then I was doing Sankirtan, book distribution, freezing cold in London. So 5 hours Sankirtan, and then my job was, I was working 2-3 hours only because it was very simple. I was production manager, food production manager. We just go and organize and let the people do. And then in the evening, go Harinam. So where is my time to sleep? And then I was waking up 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So one devotee came. He He came 4,000 American, 4,000 pounds check. He put in my pocket. That was first time. And I say, I was chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I need to chant my japa. So at some point, I have to finish my japa, like little. So I say, I didn't see, but when I saw the check, the person goes. So I said, what is this for? And then he can see, he was watching that I take it off. And then they said, this is for you, Prabhu, because I always see that you hardly sleep. You always serving Krishna. So you're going to use it for Krishna anyway. So immediately I gave that money to the temple. And then temple gave me a pallets of books, Prabhupada's books. Go and distribute. Sacrifice. And then I distribute these books in freezing cold. So I was doing so much service, but at that time I forgot about sleeping and eating, much like no care. And if somebody say, Prabhu, Charu, you take prasadam, you didn't take breakfast. And I don't have idea because taste of this deity worship, Harinam taste. So this thing I realize a little bit, when you are so much serving, you're not bothered about it. Prasadam will block my preaching. When I eat, I cannot speak, I cannot chant. No, the other day somebody gave me prasadam and I have to do kirtan. I can't do kirtan just after eating. Big belly, Rama, Rama, Hare, like this. So you need to empty belly. But actually we see the soul never gets married. The soul is never married. When we marry, husband and wife, it's a body which marries. But the Atma never, you can't bring two souls to get married. What is the relationship? So the soul actually doesn't need material food. Although food is prasadam, but material elements doesn't need food, sabji, rice, chapati. It's just because the body needs. So we have to balance. So and then after 3 years, 4 years, I become sick. I'm still suffering now. So that sickness comes because of not regulated. So we cannot be fanatic. I was there, but I was fanatic, more like because it's so much taste in holy name, so much saving, nice. But there's other motivations also. If you have a motivation, then later it's a pass. So no more now. So that's why the soul, when it is very connected to the service in a favorable way, then you don't need prasadam much, and you are not feeling lamentation. Then we rise from animal platform. Animal means always thinking of eating. You go to the birds, outside birds, and the whatever. Even our cows. And as soon as you go, first thing they see inside you that he's bringing some green grass. So I take them the green grass. And then, you can play with them like they like it, but they want you to give something in their mouth. So whole day they can chew. So we are so much busy in this world, eating, sleeping, mating, and living. This is the whole world. All the insects, animals, birds, every day, all day you see. I saw some birds bring the worms, some worms and some spider in their mouth and giving to the baby like this, and they open their mouth all day. They work hard. I was in Nepal. There's one small nest inside the temple. So the mother goes away and bringing some food for these babies who are there inside. And when a little bit they're grown up, in few days I saw they fly away. So our life is mostly centered on eat, make, defend, and sleep. So in bhakti, this Krishna consciousness only gradually as become older. You have to get more taste in Hare Krishna mantra and seva and puja. And because body is very absorbed, so you just need a little bit to maintain the soul and the body. And for me, it's not my problem that I like to eat so much, but because I have sickness, so I cannot take. So it's still so lower grade stage. The grade stage is so lower that we are so much attached. This is prasadam, Krishna's incarnation is good. But we should be more absorbed in. The more you absorb, Guru Maharaj said, the more you absorb, the more these things goes away. But we need prasadam, we need up to here. Just to other days we start eating something from outside. Prabhupada says, eat prasadam up to here. This what is it? What is that called? Kofta. The kofta and all this prasadam is very nice. Different prasadam. So envy goes by more absorption. And also blessing also. By blessing it will go. You can be absorbed, but if you have a blessing, then I was listening to one very fired up brahmachari. He makes the YouTube, Amoga Lila. Amoga Lila, someone. And he said that what he was making a point. He said that when he joined in his parents, that everyone was wondering that why did you join, you're a IIT, something he did. Many students join very educated. But he said that we have some special taste that goes beyond this education, material education. Some taste in Hare Krishna. But the test is that how long you stay in Hare Krishna. That's the test. Or maybe sometimes the boys, they go out and work and get some money, give them the parents, and then come back. So this was his story. He went outside, but he always loyal. He came back, and he's doing good. So because we have to look the place where there is more better taste. What is they call that? Bhakti parisan bhava viraktar anatracha. When somebody have bhakti, everything is waste, useless. But that's not that's very high stage. You know, we can have bhakti for maybe 10 days, very fired up. Oh, I only like Krishna. I don't give importance to these lower things. But after 10 days, you see something, all of a sudden, material, you have attraction. So that's also dangerous. Prabhupada says that a lot of learning, if we learn so much and with love and devotion, then the renunciation comes. And faith comes, Shraddha. But if we are little learned and not so much bhakti, then material energy will come and take us. Okay, we finish? You want me to give one very nice example? You like it? 3 devotees doing Sankirtan, last one. This is a good for all of us. 3 devotees doing Sankirtan, one doing books here, one doing books here, and one in the center. So the boy who was in center, this is Prabhupada disciple. You know Kripa Moya, very famous devotee in London. Kripa Moya, Janavi, the singer, her father. So he's doing here books fired up, so many books in London. And one devotee here, his name is Raghava. And another devotee, I don't know his name. But they were 2 friends, you know, doing books. People coming, excuse me, take a book. You know, how you doing? Is books on yoga, meditation. And one of the devotee was in the center. One, you know, the black body Mataji, you know, like black African blood Mataji. She came and took the Bhagavad Gita, gave him the money, and took him home. Whoever. They were all 3 brahmacharis. So the way she produced her, you know, excuse, and this boy melted and gave Bhagavad Gita, gave his money, and went home. And 15 years married. And at last, after 15 years, the lady threw him out. You know, we are in the middle of fighting, right? This is ISKCON is like bhakti is like a war, right? We against the Maya, against. We like Maya is like this waves. You know, when you go to the ocean, I was in Hawaii, ocean like this. So I like to go and fight with the wave. So I take my, you know, the one you use the chefing board. I was in Hawaii, so they gave me. So I go like this. When it comes in the, you know, waves comes, then you feel very happy. So when we are not devotees and when we go in the waves, and when Maya hits, we like it. Oh, very nice. The flow is so nice. The association is so nice, Maya association. But when you are a devotee, when you get it, oh my God, so much pain. I don't want Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. So this is what is happening to us. So we have to keep fighting with the Maya, but we have to have Krishna all the time. So this japa, sadhu sang, nam kirtan, bhagavad shravan, murti seva, mathuravas. This is a weapon, how you say, fortress or guard against Maya. But Maya is Krishna's energy. And she will bow down and wait and say, okay, you go. You know, you are one good candidate. You are sincere, go to Krishna. You go. And if somebody is duplicitous or pretentious like me, and then Krishna will keep, Durga will keep here. Okay, I'll beat you more. I'll beat you. And when you are really, really humble, then I will let you go. So as long as we are Maya not letting us go, that means she needs us to do more humble, become very humble. Trinadapi, Sunichena. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. हो गया? Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, this is my last day.